everyone, welcome back to Carnage Comics. I'm Adam and this is The Bolt. So let's get into it. I apologize, last week there was no videos because I was out on vacation, but we got a whole stack of stuff to look at this week because we got 2 weeks worth of stuff here. So let's get into it. So first up, we've got Scarlet number 3. I think that a lot of people are pretty low on this series because it's different from Duke, but I actually have been really enjoying it. And look, there's a pretty sweet page right there with a shark and Scarlet in a scuba suit. Really excited to see where this goes. The last issue, she infiltrated the base, so we will see what happens. Next up, we've got Hulk number 15. I didn't get the disco copy. I thought I asked for it, but I guess I just missed out on it. Not really a big deal because it was okay. But they actually got a new artist on this. They got Earls. Who is this? Danny Earls. And I gotta say, man, I'm actually impressed by the art in this book. I think it actually looks pretty good. So they finally found a good stand-in for Nick Klein. Excited to see that. But I really like Nick Klein on this. And I hope to see him come back. Hope he's not done. But we'll see. Next up, we've got Geiger number 5. And so Geiger, in the last issue, he confronted the guy. It looks like here we have a face-off with this guy. So he put Boron in the room to subdue Geiger. And anyways, he had found his dog, so we'll see where that goes. Really loved the last issue where he's fighting against the Organ people, which was freaking sweet. So hopefully that continues. Next up, we've got Transformers number 11. And this continues to be an amazing series. The art's the same. Looks like this is going to be a good story. Hoping to see it continues. It's been building up towards something, so hopefully we're getting close to something cool. Alright, next up, we've got one of the feature items today. Uncanny X-Men number 1. Let's look at the art. Oh, so the art's pretty sick. And there's a dragon in this. I saw the preview, so I knew there was a dragon, but cool to see it in the actual book. I'm most excited about this one because it's got some of my favorite characters. You know, we've got Jubilee, Rogue, Wolverine, and Gambit. Some of the best X-Men from when I was a kid, the 90s cartoon, right? And then I got this sweet Rogue variant. And they're doing an issue like this for each issue of X-Men where it's just a portrait style, but man, that Rogue one, that's really sweet. Really liking this artist. I want to check out some more of his stuff. Speaking of artists, I spent a lot of time, it may not be the best video in the world, but I hope you guys check out my top modern artists, my top 10 list, and give it a like, give this video a like, and think about subscribing. Next up, we've got the main cover for X-Men for issue number 2. Actually a pretty great cover for cover A. But I did get a variant. So the variant for this one I got is the Campbell. Look at that, R. Scott Campbell of Magic. So now I've got Psylocke, I've got Magic. The Rogue one, I believe, is next, and then they are going to be doing a couple. He's going to be doing a couple more. I think Emma Frost is coming up, so those should all be really good. All right, so I have here is Absolute Power number 1 and Absolute Power number 2. I've heard both these stories have been great. I heard this series has been great. I'm really excited about it. I am all in on the All In DC initiative. I'm really excited because you got on Wonder Woman, you got Kelly Thompson, you've got Jason Aaron on Superman, and you've got Scott Snyder on Batman. So I'm excited to read all 3 of those, but I know I gotta read the event. So the event, like I said, I've heard really good things about it. And so that is that. Let's get into a couple of interesting things I picked up. Alright, so the first thing I got that was cool from my comic book store is I got this 1 in 10 connecting variant. That's a pretty sick. It's got Cliff Jumper, and I actually don't know who that other one is, but it's got the 2 main characters of our story here. And here's the one from last month. And as you can see, let me get these stacked up for you. That is how they connect. They're pretty sick. Like, I have not liked a lot of the variants for Transformers, but like this one, this one's sick, man. I really digging this. Really, really cool. All right, and last but far from least, a special book here. So I did my normal thing. I walk into my comic book store, get my pull list, and then I walk around, check out what's new. I check out some back issues. Really don't find a whole lot, and I go to check out, and the comic store owner goes to me, hey, why don't you come over here and check out a couple books? So she pulls out, and I'm not kidding, X-Men number 17. I mean, it's in really terrible shape, like missing one staple, but barely, hanging on to the other. But the coolest thing about it was I got to hold X-Men number 17. Like, it may have only been a 0.5, but for me that was really special. I've never been in the presence of something so historical as something like that. Not only did I get to hold that, I also got to look at and hold Werewolf by Night number 1. So two really cool books, just out of my price range. But she did have one book there, and I ended up finding out it's a third printing, so not the best deal, but still at $20 for this book was not bad. It's Batman The Dark Knight Returns, issue number 1. No Batman collection is complete without it, so I'm just getting started on Batman, so this is a good one. And when I find a first print in better shape, I'll upgrade it, but just cool to have this in my collection. And just a really, really cool book. So that is the poll this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I got. What did you get from your comic book stores? Thanks for swinging by, and like and subscribe. Check in the next one.